Hey guys, welcome to another episode of WoW Weekly with Myst. Today I'm on yet a different character. It's been actually a few weeks now, I think, since I've been on the Druid. At least a couple. But this is my Void Elf Hunter. She is the character we're gonna level this week, so I thought that we'd do the video with her this week. So it might actually, we might be on different characters throughout this leveling event, and then I'll probably go back to the Druid as we usually do these videos on. But I always really did love this chickie's transmog, so yeah. Okay, so starting with this week's events. Winds of Mysterious Fortune, which is the leveling event, it is still going on. We have till May 20th, so you got like a couple more weeks of doing that, which is why I've been taking advantage of it so much. Dark Moon Fair is also this week, so also a great week to be doing some leveling. You'll have the extra bonus of that, and then Delves will be the bonus event. And the PvP brawl this week is Deep Wind Dunk. And then on Saturday, we will have the Spring Balloon Festival that starts up. And it's not a one-day event. So it runs for a few days. So it'll run from Saturday to Tuesday. It ends the morning of Tuesday. Okay, guys. So it is the beginning of May, which means that it's a new trading post, so I thought we would just show that off to start this video out. Okay, so we have the Spring Harvest Hog. Attire of the Swift Fox, which I think is kind of cute, actually. I hate that I like that. And then just in another color, the Furry Soft Paw. And then Spiky Bakar, so kind of like the that dragon flight guy. Taven, I think, was his name. And then we have the Heroic Half Shell. I like that. Rocket Chicken. You know, I checked my pets and it said I had the Rocket Chicken, but there's no check mark. Oh, it does say 1/3. Usually there's a check mark, right? Like you can see the check mark collected, but that's an add-on. Usually the in-game has a check mark. Like, let's scroll down here, like that. Yeah, like that check mark. So, weird. Maybe it's because you can have the 3? I don't know. But, nonetheless, Rocket Chicken. And then, the Death Warder's Great Blood Blade. Night Hag's Great Blade. Death Warder's Blood Stave. Hat of the Shallows. Night Hag Stave. It all feels very BFA vibes, right? The Death Warder's Blood Blade. And then Death Warder's Blood Fists. The Night Hag's Blades. Night Hag's Claw. Large Renaissance Katana. Nunchuck of the Renaissance. I like those, actually. The offhand Renaissance nunchuck. Renaissance sai. Renaissance katana. I always loved katanas. Yeah. Death Warder's blood fetish. The Night Hag fetish. And then we have the Long Azir war skirt and leg wraps. So that was, you know, blue, purple, and then they're just shorter. And then the mask. So a blue, yellow, red, purple. Man, we just saw the turtle shell, right? Are you guys thinking what I'm thinking with the masks? It's like, once I got through to the 4th one, all I could think about was the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Like, that is all I could think about. Oh my god. I love the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, man. I haven't watched that in like 20 years. Okay, so back to the skirt. This is just for the skirt, not the leg wraps included. The skirts are cute. I should get the skirt and the mask and then the turtle shell. Yeah. Okay, so these are the slippers. So, feet. Okay, and that is the full list of the new items. In returning, we have the floral edge, floral stalk, the golden axe, Sunny bouquet. I actually really like that one. I've passed a couple of times on it because of currency. Sunny floral staff. And then Initiate's bow. And then the mount, Amber Skitterfly. So yeah, that is the list. And let's see. I need to be able to freeze like 3 things. Okay, like could we get extra freezing slots? Just saying. Not that they would ever. If I'm struggling to unfreeze a 1, you know the 3 would sit there for a while, but at least you'd have the option. Yeah. Because I'm at the point now where I'm having to unfreeze mounts because there's a better looking mount that I can't buy. You know? Like, we're at that point now. Let's see. So this is 1 mount. Was there another? And then that mount. Was there not 3 mounts? I thought I recalled, like, 3 mounts. I guess not. And I don't need the rocket chicken. So, really, I can get the mounts this month. Because I haven't done anything yet. So, the 110 is last month's remainder. I have 1,000 coming to us. So, I'll be able to get this Spring Harvest Hog. Which I probably didn't turn enough. So here you go. There's a lot of decoration. It's just he moves, right? Let's turn it off. That way he stays still. And yeah, so a lot of decoration there. But yeah, because I would want this and then this guy. And yeah, I can get both. That'd be 875 total. Yeah, we should be okay. The problem is I have a 575 mount frozen, but you know, if I don't spend more, then there'd be another 100 and some tacked onto that 110. Maybe next month we can unfreeze that charger. Yeah, we'll see. Okay, so let's leave.
Bye for now.
And we are just gonna look at the taskbar, because, you know, I don't know what the monthly reward is, so... And hopefully we don't auto-complete. I don't think I have to worry about auto-completing anymore, though. Before I used to. I wouldn't log on. Like, I'd log on the first, and open up the tab, and it would, like, scoot all the way to 100%, and then we'd be done, right? Like, I literally wouldn't do a thing. But I think they changed raids and stuff, like counting from like the week before. Like I don't have that happen anymore, so. How far? Okay, I just went to 345. Okay, so what is Buddy here? Okay, so it's a pet. Okay, very interesting, very interesting. So it's a customizable companion. It's been a hot minute. They're like, the rewards are always crap on this bar, so I'm very happy that it at least sounds interesting. You know, we'll find out if it actually is cool, but at least it sounds cool right now. That's all I need. You know, you can disappoint me at the end when I've done the work, but, you know, not that the taskbar takes long. But yeah, so Weechi, and he's customizable, so you can customize him at a pet grooming station. So that'll be an upcoming video, because I have no idea what the pet grooming station is, so I'll do a video on that whenever I finish this bar. And yeah. I'm just gonna take a wild guess, though. I'm pretty sure you could, like, just go to Dalaran, and there's that little pet area in Dalaran. I'm pretty sure it's, like, there. Yeah. But I'm sure there's also one in Dornagal, but yeah, they're gonna put it near the pet people, so yeah, just go to a place where you know there's like a pet vendor or something. Unless they've put it like near here. I don't know. I guess it's possible. So what does Weechi look like? Let's see. Okay, he's showing up as like white. It's so weird that he shows up like that, because I'm just gonna say, like, if you've ever played like the PTR or anything, this is how shit can sometimes show up, all like buggy and shit. But I think it's meant to look like this because it's customizable, so that's what makes it even more funny, is that that's the purpose. But cool. So I guess you can pick what color he is. Yeah. It looks like he's, I don't know, like a fox or a puppy dog or something. I don't know. He's a beast pet. Super bark. Yeah, he's a dog. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Okay, so, yeah, that's that. Let's move on to the rest of the news. Okay, so news. There is a lot, and I'm actually getting to the video late, but as long as I don't get too terribly tired, hopefully I can edit this video before I go to sleep. Sometimes that's the issue, right? Sometimes I get to the video a little too late on Sunday. I get it recorded, but then it's time to like eat dinner and, and then we gotta get to bed because I have obligations and yeah, and that's usually the issue on the longer videos. So we're hoping that I can just edit it before I go to bed. But nonetheless, most of the news for this week is going to be next patch related. So I'm going to give you basically the one piece of news we have that is in effect right now for current content, and that has to do with the Nightfall reward buffs. So here it is on screen. Increased all flame radiance rep gains by 100%. So that's for first time completion, quest and weekly rewards. And then there's also some extra items you can get. Okay, so that is the retail current news. Now for 11.1.7 patch news. So we got the name of the next patch. It is called Legacy of Arathor. Just a little quick backstory. Arathor is the original human empire that's part of the Eastern Kingdoms, dating back like almost 3,000 years before, kingdoms like Stormwind and Lordaeron. Thoradin led the Empire of Arathor through the Troll Wars, where they allied with the High Elves of Kelthalis to defeat the Amani Trolls. And as they were attempting to reclaim their ancestral holdings. Basically a lot to do with Arathi Highlands. In relevance to the War Within, the Empire of Arathor would eventually splinter into the wake of Thoradin's death, scattering into various human kingdoms across Eastern Kingdoms. And one such splinter was a group of the High Elves and humans who left Arathor following the guidance of the Light and went on to establish the Arathi Empire in an unknown land across the sea. And that I think that's good enough for now. Nowadays, most of those Arathi are from Hollowfall, crash landing after having their airship fleet magically transported below ground. I'm sure you guys remember that. And they're now stranded in the lands surrounding Beledar. Okay, so the first thing we're going to go over is something that I did kind of 2 videos on. Both the videos are decent length, so feel free to go check out those videos. But we will start with the fact that there was an interview that Ian did on the WoWcast, and he had mentioned the major topic of the interview was the fact that there's going to be this new kind of single button auto rotation. And I'm not going to go too much into my thoughts because that's why I made those other videos. I knew straight out that today was going to be a long news week and I didn't want to make it longer with my discussion on that. So video is linked at the end of this video. You can just click on it and check out more of that. There is a first thoughts that I did for the video, and then the next day we went and watched the interview. So if you want like all super accurate info, just watch the interview one. And yeah. So with that was also, they plan on implementing add-ons that are like boss mods and nameplates, damage meters, and all that. So that is something that they plan on doing. For the for future patches. There was no confirmation. The only confirmation was that the single button auto rotation will be in the next patch. But aside from that, there's no confirmation on like boss mods and nameplates and all that. Not yet. Next, we have this mount on screen. So this is the Shaohao Sage Serpent. It is a green variant of the Reigns of the Astro Cloud Serpent that, you know, I'm sure all of us have. You know, unless you're still farming it. It is a, you know, yeah, it is a rare mount, I guess. But this one is going to be part of the promotion with the Myst Pandaria Classic. And there's not a whole lot of confirmed, but that's basically what we know. I'll give you more info. Speculation is that it could possibly be in the Panda starting area. Could be similar to, you remember when we did the Frostbrood Proto-Worm? For those that don't remember, it was part of the Wrath Classic promo, and you got it by completing the Death Knight starter area. So it's very possible that it's a similar thing where you hop into Myst Pandaria Classic, make a monk, or not a monk, but a panda. Well, you can make a monk too, but, you know, important part is that you're a panda, and you probably just do the starting area and then complete, you know, get the mount. But like I said, unconfirmed info on that, and once it is 100% confirmed, I will let you guys know. Mount is confirmed, how you get it is not. Next, there is a new spell to regain health on all the classes. I didn't think we needed this. I remember, like, it was quite a while ago, probably like, I don't know, 8 years ago or something, maybe almost 10. I had made a comment of, you know, it's crazy that all classes have healing abilities now. So it's kind of weird that it's like new spell to regain health on all classes, because like, didn't we already have that? But this one is a instant spell, and you can see on screen it's take a breather, prepare some food, have a meal, restore 150% of your max health over 30 seconds. And yeah, this will be just in your general tab of all characters. And you spend a little time building a campfire, cook up the food, and heal up. Also, there will be some Lorewalking. So you'll be able to relive some iconic story moments with Lorewalking in the new patch. I made a comment kind of similar to this. It was actually when I was streaming this new patch that just released. I think it might have been the first day or maybe the second day, somewhere around there. And I always like to click the recap cinematics, and I made the comment of that it's great that they added that in, because it's like giving new or old players that just returned from like a long hiatus, it gives them the story, right? And that's kind of how this is, you know, sounding. So basically, there'll be a new Lorewalking feature, and it'll allow you to replay old story moments with characters. You know, also it'll add some brand new quests, and it allows the players to catch up or refresh themselves on storylines, like I just said. And yeah, I think this is a great idea. I am definitely a fan of this idea, because I am a fan of what they already have in the game. You see it when you go into the War Within on like a new character, mainly, is there'll be that option of what's happened so far, and you click that, you know, what's happened so far, and you get like a story, like a quick version, probably like a 10-minute scene more or less, of the last 3 expansion stories, you know? So you get a little highlight of the end of Shadowlands, the end of Dragonflight, the end, well, some of War Within, and I just think it's great. It's a great way to have people actually kind of understand what they're doing, you know? I always hear the comment of people are so confused on the lore and they have no idea what's going on in WoW. They don't know why they're doing this for what. And I get that, you know? I can't even imagine, you know? I've played this game pretty much every day for 20 years, so like I've never been behind on the story. I can't even imagine how that would feel, but I imagine it would be pretty overwhelming and probably boring, maybe. Probably a reason that people would quit, right? Because if you're not understanding the story and you're not knowing why you're doing things, then it would probably be pretty easy to move on, right? Also, there's going to be a new event called the Collector's Bounty. And the details are, once again, not real confirmed. This is the problem with early in sometimes. We'll get more info as the weeks go by. But there will be a new event called the Collector's Bounty. It's aimed at players that are interested in legacy loot. And honestly, it was just last week, I think, that I was talking about how there was some new player housing info regarding legacy loot. This could be kind of connected, right? Once again, no confirmed details, and that's a guess on my part, but it's about legacy loot. The player housing was, you know, it very much could be connected. What would be nice, though, is if, you know, maybe in the off chance, let's say it isn't connected and it's a whole different, you know, the two things are separate. What would be nice is if I'm always joking when I say this, although I don't doubt that one day Blizzard would put it through, but I always make the joke, especially on my Mount Farm days, because they're usually fails. And I'll joke around about how Blizzard should sell tokens on the store that increase the chance you loot a mount. And God help us if one day that exists, right? It's always a joke when I make it. But this event could do that, right? It could be an event where, you know, throughout it, for whatever time frame, your collector stuff is increased, whether it be mounts or pets or, you know, any collector type thing. Once again, non-confirmed though, we just know that there's going to be an event called the Collector's Bounty at this point. Also, there's going to be a new Legion meta achievement that will be in the next patch. And this is it right here. It's Ashes to Ashes. And yeah, I'm looking to see if there's one thing I've been putting off. It's probably that broken memories that this example doesn't have. But you know in the final area, it was where the mage tower was. You remember there was all those items you'd use for the ships that were in the air? I have them stashed in the bank. I've been meaning to go back out there to do that damn achievement to finish it off. It's such a long one, at least it was then. And yeah, it's just things you do while you like summon the ships down or whatever. And yeah, I have a feeling that's what that broken memories is. I'm gonna have to look through my achievements. Aside from that, I think I have that achievement already. You know, it don't exist. It's not in your logs yet. It'll be there next patch. But you can look at every individual achievement. All those individuals are in your achievement log right now. And yeah, I'm almost willing to bet that I also don't have broken memories finished. But I probably have everything else. I did a lot in Legion. So, but nonetheless, that is going to be a new one. And, you know, mount reward is Rites of the Fell Soul. Oh, also worth noting that the achievements that are showing in this picture after Broken Memories is from BFA, so there probably won't be this many achievements. Because it's gonna be a Legion meta, right? So yeah, don't go totally off this picture. But you can go off of everything to Broken Memories. Like everything including Broken Memories. Yeah. But War Stories to the bottom, yeah, you shouldn't need any of that. Because that would be a different expansion. Yeah. In which case, it doesn't look like too big of a... Yeah, it doesn't look like a bad one at all, honestly. I'm sure most of you guys have all of that except for Broken Memories. And some of you may have Broken Memories, but, you know, yeah. Now, unfortunately, we can't show you the mount. There's currently no model for it in the database. So, yeah, unfortunately, there's that. Once there is, you know, I'll let you guys know, of course. Also, BFA has a new thing that will be in the next patch, and that is something that you see me do every week on Wednesday for the mount farms. You usually see me going into Tazavesh, and one of the bosses we kill to get to the end is Time Captain Hooktail. I've made the comment many times that I need his mount, and we get it. Yep. So in the next patch, you will be able to obtain his mount. So the way you will get this is that BFA will be showing up for Timewalking. So it's about time. I feel like they're a little late, but not too late. But this was something we were expecting in this expansion at some point. And yeah, so we will have BFA Timewalking, and this will be one of the rewards that will be sitting on the vendor. And it'll cost 5,000 tokens. I can take that guess and feel secure about it because every mount on the Timewalking costs 5,000, so it's a good guess. Now, on the topic of that, we will also have Turbulent Timeways making a return in 11.17. So the Turbulent Timeways is scheduled to run from June 17th to August 5th, which means we should have the patch before June 17th. So we have kind of a rough estimate. You know the patch is going to be somewhere from now to June 17th. I'd say we'll probably have it, I don't know, June 2nd or June 3rd or June 10th. Actually, probably June 10th. Yeah, that's going to be my early estimate guess right now. It's very early, like this just hit the PTR. But that's going to be my guess because I think they would roll out the patch, have a week go by, and then on the 17th, Turbulent starts. Yeah, so my final guess is June 10th, which is a day before my birthday, so that would be a great day to release the new patch, and yeah, so I'm gonna go with that guess. We'll see if we're right down the road because that's still a couple of months away. Yeah, well, I guess only a month and a bit actually. Okay, so we're just going to swap to this screen because there is some new mounts to look at. Okay, so we have the Celestial Serpent mount. We have some chess mounts here. Forsaken horses, which look beautiful, honestly. I like them. Purple one looks beautiful. Gold one. And then we have the overcharged golem mount. the Pirate Dragon, Moonlit Nightsaber, and then Ivory Savage Mane. So that's okay, these three at the bottom are all from BFA Timewalking. So yeah, so there's gonna be a few mounts on the BFA Timewalking then. Now, did it say, you know, we were talking about Turbulent, but it didn't really give us a... Turbulent usually offers a reward. We don't know that reward yet, so my apologies. I feel like I definitely missed saying that during our Turbulent topic. But yeah, we just know Turbulent Timeways is gonna happen. I don't know what the achievement reward is yet. And then we have some recolor models here. I can't click the first picture, but we can click through these. Let me just move that. Okay, so there's the Death Knight, Demon Hunter, Druid, Evoker, Hunter, Mage, Monk, Paladin. The Paladin looks awesome. I haven't really been too thrilled with any of them so far, but the Paladin one I like. Yeah. Priest. Clearly they're missing the helm, which, you know, you won't just be missing the helm. We'll figure out what the helm is later. Rogue, Shaman, which the Shaman looks badass, but is it because it's on an orc? I feel like, you know, I'm totally for the Alliance, but orcs do look real good in a lot of Transmog sets, I find. So I might just like it because it's sitting on an orc. Warlock. And then the Warrior. The Warrior's got like, it looks like a mohawk transmog, right? It's like all mohawky. Yeah. Mohawk Grenade. Okay, so this will be part of the Greedy Emissary event that will be happening in the next patch, which I don't know a whole lot about yet. No one does, so I'll give you more info as more details come out regarding that. Okay, so there's also this toy. So you'll get this from completing the Lorewalking. This is the Karish Memory Crystal. And yeah, has a 2-hour cooldown. Here's a bigger picture of it. And then there's also the Lich King reward. So also part of the Lorewalking, and it rewards you Royal Visage. And yeah, says remember the tale of Arthas. Yeah. Okay, so that's basically it for retail stuff. Just a few things for Classic. So as I said in last week's video, I think it was, the beta for Myst Pandaria Classic is out. At that point, you were able to just have an 85. You can now get to level 90 in the beta. There is also some character templates available. And yeah, it would have been last week because it says second week of beta. So yeah, there's, you know, some new areas that are unlocked for you to test. And yeah, also it shows what's not there yet. So Pet Battles isn't there yet, Battlegrounds, Challenge Mode, and Veil. You know you're getting far into the Classic when you're in the version that brought pet battling. I'm just gonna say. Just pointing that out. Like, you're in Classic Retail. Like, technically you were in Classic Retail in Kata. You know, because to me, Classic ends with Lich King. Because Wrath Wrath even Wrath borderlines retail. Like, in a sense, Classic really is vanilla in BC. But, you can include Wrath because it still kind of had the old school feel to it. Just Wrath was when they made things easy. I have said that for many years now. And yeah, Wrath is what turned the game into retail, as great of an expansion as it was. Okay, so that is pretty much all I got to say on that. As far as my goals and accomplishments, I don't think we accomplished anything this week, honestly. Like, I did a lot of stuff. I did my mount farming on Wednesday, and then on Friday, I was leveling my paladin. She was pretty low level. She was like level 23. I got her to like 36, which is pretty good because in that stream we also watched the interview. So like the interview that Ian did, which I did do a video on, so it'll be linked at the end of this video. And yeah, so I really was only leveling for a few hours in stream. So that was pretty good. And I'm gonna continue that character, but I want to use my higher level characters to get her more potions so that she can level through potions. So yeah, I used one that my luck from the previous week had still had when she hit 80, so I mailed that off to the paladin, and then that's around the length of time that I leveled the paladin, right? So yeah, that's why we're gonna be on this character. So she's gonna get the paladin the next set of potions, and then we'll do more on the paladin. Yeah. And then Saturday we did some delves, and yeah, that's basically that. There is some new stuff that's gonna be going on, so I guess it's been a hot minute since I've actually, like, I always call this section goals and accomplishments, but a lot of the time it's just accomplishments. I don't even talk about the goals all the time, right? So I'll tell you about the new goal that is going to go into effect this week. I joined a raid team. So on stream, and I've had the question of, do you ever stream raids? And I had said, well, I'm not really raiding with a regular team. I also need to know that team is good for stream, because I can't just have voices coming over that possibly get the stream banned, so it's a lot of work to like initiate that. I found a team that will be decent for streams, and yeah. So we're gonna be doing that. My old raid team was always Saturday and Sunday at 6 a.m. That's why I was looking for a new one, because I stopped raiding with them because, like, I don't like waking up that early on days I have to, let alone a weekend, So yeah, so this one is a much better time, and because it's kind of in our stream time, we will stream it. Pretty easy to be in our stream time, honestly, because I stream 6 days a week, right? So that's going to be every Tuesday and Thursday will be raid night. The raid starts a little after I go live, so I'm still going to go live at my normal 6 p.m. And the raid would start up at 8, so I'll probably just start with doing some dailies, maybe hop into a quick M+ or something, and we'll putz around for a bit before raid time, and then raid will happen at 8, it'll end around 10, and then I'd probably be prepping to end shortly after that. I try to end at 10, but sometimes we go till midnight, right? So, but 10 is the actual goal of ending stream. So yeah, a lot of you guys probably have heard me say that I stopped raiding on Tuesdays years ago. I hate raiding on Tuesdays. The reason is because of Patch Tuesdays. It's not that I hate all Tuesdays raiding. I hate Patch Day raid, which Patch always is on a Tuesday, right? Because Reset is on a Tuesday. And yeah, so that's the day I really don't like to raid. But we stream, and who knows, maybe it'll give us a little more entertainment if I'm showcasing some raiding on a patch day. And yeah. So here's the schedule on screen. As I said, yeah, it's very WoW this week. A lot of WoW, mainly due to it being leveling week plus raids now, and yeah, and you know, I'd always wanted to kind of have a day for M+. I've been wanting to get back into M+, and I think these are also the M+ days. Yeah. So if anyone wants to do keys, you know, I say the best time is maybe after the raid. Maybe I do one key before and then like one key after. So it wouldn't be like a whole night of M+, but it's probably the best way for me to sneak it in without removing random game day, you know? So I think I'm gonna do that. And yeah, other than that, main WoW goal this week is, of course, hopefully get some loot in the raid, and I would also like to level this character that you see sitting down. And yeah, so she's 70, so she's not too far from 80. You know, I played her last expansion, so yeah, she just needs 10 levels, and yeah, so I'll be leveling her on Friday, and I'll probably hop into some dungeons, maybe, I don't know. If anyone wants to level alongside with me, let me know. And yeah. And that's the video, so I hope you enjoyed. I know it's a bit of a lengthy one, a lot of news this week, but I hope you enjoyed. Have a great week in WoW, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.